Hi, Erasmus users. I am going to be showing you some exciting new changes that we have coming to our program setup in Erasmus. So, a couple things that I want to point out. I am in my client right now. I will go ahead to programs and I'm going to create a new program. So, let's say I want to create a skill acquisition program. You can see now that when I click on that program for skill acquisition, it's automatically now going to default me to that treatment tab. Before, it would automatically default to the instructions tab, and now it's going to be the treatment tab. And as you can see, even when I try to click over to instructions, it's going to prompt me to enter in the program name. So maybe for this one, I want to say tacting animals. It's on the treatment tab that you're going to see some additional program data fields as long as your organization has set those up. You're also able to change the program status at this area, and then you can, preview once you have some targets in or even manage some of these fields. But the two main pieces on the treatment tab that I want to point out are the measurement and mastery workflow. So I'll start with measurement. Measurement is a new dropdown that we have on the treatment tab. This will be for every program that you create. Measurement is going to populate for it. Now, if I set up either a skill acquisition or if I start a task analysis program, then it's automatically going to default to this percent correct. You can click on it and then you can obviously change it here at that program level. Now, the functionality of this is that it's going to assist with my mastery workflow. So before, the mastery workflow was on the data recording page, it's now going to be on the treatment tab. And once the measurement is selected, so in this instance, it's going to be percent correct, then when I click on mastery workflow, I'm only going to be given the options for a percent correct workflow. So let me show you again. If I click here, I will only have the option to increase that percentage or reduce that percentage. I do have the option of a manual mastery here as well. So let's change it actually. Let's do frequency instead, for instance. If I click frequency, my options for mastery workflow are just going to be those frequency workflows that my organization has already set up for me. Something else to point out is if I select either rate or duration, I will have additional settings that I can set up. So you can see here it says rate per hour. If I wanted to change that, I would click on these three lines and I can change it to rate per minute. Additionally, if I select duration, right now it's going to default to that total observed duration, but I do have the option to change this if I would like to measure something else. So I'll go back to my percent correct as I'm setting up this program, tacting animals. I'm going to go ahead and select one of these, maybe 80% across 3 sessions. You still have the same capability if you would like to change this more on the client level. Let's say, I want 5 trials in this instance. Maybe I want 5 sessions here at 3 trials. I'm able to still change those things and then I can save that. So the functionality of that is going to be the same. Then I can click over to my instructions tab. I can fill out all the necessary items here and still fill out my instructions for the BT. I can still go in and add my targets as I would normally add them. I can still, set my status if I would like to across multiple. And then on my data recording, all that's going to be over here now are the prompt level template and then edit the graph settings. So for my prompt level template, I do have that plus minus. I can see what that looks like here. I can also click on it and I can add new things here as well. So let's say if I didn't want a plus minus, maybe I wanted independent prompted no response, it's still going to show up all of the options that the organization has set up for these learners. Then I can go in to edit the graph settings. It is going to go ahead and default for me. I don't have any data since this is a new program, but because this is that percent correct, that's what it's going to default to here is percentage. So that's something to keep in mind as well. If there is another view that I would like to have for this particular program or this learner, let's say, instead of daily, maybe I want to go by session, you would be able to make those changes in there. Okay, I hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions, please reach out to our help desk, help@hirasmus.com. Thanks so much.